Okay. Late with the video, but I figured I'll give my solution on this because I don't see anybody doing what I'm doing right now. Not saying I know anything, I don't know anything at all, especially about German vehicles. But here we have the Audi Q5. It was a mess, but again, Audi Q5. It's a 2012 3.2 liter Quattro. You can see the S line. I'm not seeing where anybody told me to check this drain plug. Everybody is saying, first of all, this car was hit in the back and then put back together, so that could be a big reason. But I had issues with the drainage. I'm also doing a battery change, so I'm in here trying to clean up, you know, DIY stuff. Don't judge me, guys. And I noticed it's still not letting out the water. As you can see, I'm trying to avoid that from turning into mold, if that's not already mold. So it's still getting a lot of condensation. It's not drying out completely. And I had this plug removed to try and get some air in here and maybe get the water out, at least while I drive, but that wasn't working. So it's a decent day out. I tore it apart. At this point, I can't even tell you exactly everything that I did, but basics is that's the whole trunk. After you pick up the mat and get the speaker out, get the little thing in here that holds the spare down, take that out. Just a quick run through of what I'm dealing with. I had to take the piece off that covers the lock and with the silver trimming on there that covers this to get to where I'm at now. The sidings come out. These are for if you want to strap things down in your trunk. That's this with these silver hooks in it. You'll recognize them if you have them. Those come out this side right here. After you get those out, you could get everything else out fairly easy by hand. So looking at it, after I'm decided, okay, I might as well fix it while I'm here. Nobody told me to come in this panel where this computer is at. This is where you also have the pump for your spare tire. A lot of people don't know where that's at. So that panel is normally covered by this. So it should look something like that. Twist it, take that panel off, you'll get to that pump and the computer. I'm not gonna go into specific on bolt sizes. If you're like me, you're just gonna do it until you get it right anyways. So 3 of those, 1, 2, 3, you'll get to this yellow tube, and that's normally in there. Take that out and it's clogged all the way. So I haven't seen somebody to show me this yellow tube on here yet, so that's where I'm at. Yeah, I'm guessing unclog this and the water buildup will stop coming in here because it'll have somewhere to drain, and hopefully that fix your condensation or water problems getting backed up in your 2012 Audi Q5 3.2 liter for specifications. I'll probably take a picture or video putting it back together. We'll see how that goes. With the battery change, hopefully that doesn't rust all my components and I can get some good connection now, because these parts are very tedious. That being said, hope this was able to help you. So real quick, where your little storage bin is on the other side, there's also another plug. I figured I'd try and check that. Make sure you disconnect that. If you're, all you do is pull the pins, comes out pretty easy. I decided to take this off. 2 screws that hold it in, just like the other side where your fuses and stuff is at. And this one was also clogged up, so cleaned that out, and I drained this side, put the hose back in, and it's letting the water out, so hopefully that fixes that. And the same thing, we'll be doing the same thing to this side, so let's see if that works. So we got those back in, plugs tucked in nice. Be sure not to push that in too far. It should be able to turn a little bit because the space where the water runs between the actual plug and the frame of the car is kind of small. But those 3 screws are back in. Boom. And this is all you have to do now to get these turn, push, turn. Boom. That little click. That's that. Other side, basically the same thing. That screws in. That screws in. I double check these. Make sure water actually runs down from here to the floor, and I got water on both sides. So that's that. I know this is clear on both sides, and getting to the floor is clear on both sides. Now these are little clips. Push. Put the feet in. Other way around, I should say. Trying to work with one hand. Again, not a professional of any means. There you go. Those clips in. That just gets tucked in. And that's that. And you work backwards. Get everything out of the way. New battery. Let's make sure I put this in the right way. Negative lead. Positive lead. Connect everything back up. All right, now it should look like this. Those are fitted in. Perfect. As you can see, I got electricity. The battery's connected. I was able to clean this up a little bit. It's still a little dusty, but I don't know, man. I don't think I have time to be running around for these small little Audi parts. So that's what it looks like for now. And make sure you're connecting your positive first, negative afterwards. Don't tighten these too much, because like I said, if these break, man, Volkswagen, there you go. You're not finding that part anywhere. It's gonna be meticulous, expensive, and also is connected to this harness for the car. So I don't think you want to do that. Have the battery in. This holds it in place. Just make sure your terminals aren't turning or shaking. That should be fine on both ends. Same for this. Put it in. That holds the battery in place so it's not shaking around. At this point, follow your steps backwards that I didn't provide. This goes in. That is for your jack stand and other tools. These jacks are kind of weird, but they work, so I have nothing to say. That's that. Make sure those sit nicely with this car. Not sure if it's every German vehicle or every car like this with the battery back here, but if things aren't seated basically flush, it's gonna give you a problem. It's the worst part of putting these things back together. So that's that. Everything is back in. That's basically the battery change, and these are checked and cleared. Now this is the bonus for whoever wants to watch. Let me put this back together. I didn't take the clips out of here. Normally this is what that looks like. didn't feel like taking all these clips out. Already broke some wasn't in here. Used car issues. So those are in, that's down. I'll tuck all your carpet or mat or whatever you want to call it back in. Make sure those look good. That's on battery terminal cover. Put that right here on the old battery. That goes there. Looks good. It's flat. This carpet stopping. So that goes in and just turns, and then it's secure. We'll see what that's for in a second. So for these, both sides, if you're strapping stuff down in your trunk, that's what that looks like at the end. And this one goes on the other side, like that. And these do come out, so try not to lose a screw. Just catch those real quick. Catch these. Audi stuff, man. Tighten. Basically, that's what that's gonna look like. And you want to put this in right afterwards. So that's what that looks like. And once you put your seat up, you'll feel like you're actually accomplishing something here. That goes back. This slides back. So you gotta do that to the other side also. Oh, look at that. We gotta do this side. This should pop up. Oh, stuck. That goes there. Slide that back. Oh man. Looks like you almost got a trunk. Whatever you do, don't forget this wire. So after you forget to pull this wire through like I did, just want to make sure you fish that through. This goes between your spare, like that. This comes between one of these little holes for the rims. Just make sure it's seated nice, everything is nice. Tuck these back in because I can't do shit right. There's a wire right here that connects to your lock. That yellow wire that was disconnected. Cool. This, you just want to find the little pins or thing right here. Put this over it, push it down, line up the clips once your wire is connected. Press down. Once you press down everywhere, it's fine. That's how that goes in. I fold this wire back up, put it back over it, make it look like I'm official. Maybe I am a mechanic. So once that in, you have your speaker, your Audi speaker. You want to connect that, simple connection, push that back in, go back under your car, get the rest of your parts. This is to hold everything in. Always back tread before you screw anything in, just to make sure you don't mess the treads up. That's in, nothing's shaking while you're driving. Have you worried about an axle or a noise problem? And that's that, man. This is my girl's car. Salon things, man. Salon things. Put your useless bucket back in. Not sure why they even have that there. And this is what you normally see when you open your trunk. And this goes in. fold it so I could do this with one hand because I'm a YouTube expert. That gets tucked into these little grooves over there. Smack them down. And look at that, guys. A whole trunk assembled backwards just for you guys. And because this mat goes back in, and if you're done, that's that. You also have this. Just put stuff back. No point in treating your car less than how you treat a customer's car. Put stuff back, clean stuff off. And because I'm a class certified Audi expert, these go in right here. These go in right there. So this is where you're at, and this would be job completed. I put this back in, fold it out, tuck it into these spaces. That's that. You can connect these if you like. Some people don't. But before you do anything, you call it a day. You test to make sure everything works, like your lock. And that's that. It gets power. It closes on its own. It opens on its own. And without a little grease, that'll stop squeaking. So hopefully that fixes the issue. As you can see, the water does leak out from both sides. And that's that for your Audi Q5 2012 3.0 trunk moisture or water. So it's the next day. As you can see, it's raining. Rained all night. That works. Let's just get under here real quick. Already looks promising because normally I'd see condensation on all of this stuff. So take the useless box out. Again, recording with one hand here. I'm not seeing anything. That's not wet. That's normally wet. Let's see under here. See if I could do this with one hand. That looks good. All right, folks. I think it's working. Oh, that worked out perfect. Now I can officially say that solved the problem.